The art of living with intent. 6 principles to avoid wasting your life. Time is the great equalizer. Every person, regardless of wealth, status, or background, is given 24 hours a day. But how we choose to spend those hours defines the difference between a fulfilling life and one filled with regret. In its fleeting nature, time forces us to make decisions: what to do, what to prioritize, and what to let go. From a Buddhist perspective, life is impermanent and precious, a candle flickering in the wind. To squander it is to deny ourselves the chance to learn, grow, and find peace. Yet, modern life tempts us to waste this finite resource. Distractions abound, and societal pressures often push us toward superficial pursuits. By adopting mindful habits and making intentional choices, we can create a life of purpose. Below are 6 guiding principles to help you avoid wasting your life, enriched by Buddhist philosophy and practical examples. 1. The power of saying no, prioritizing what truly matters. In a world that often equates busyness with productivity, the ability to say no is a superpower. Many of us find it difficult to decline requests, fearing judgment or disappointment. But agreeing to tasks or commitments that don't align with our goals dilutes our focus and energy. From a Buddhist perspective, the root of suffering often lies in attachment, whether to pleasing others, avoiding conflict, or maintaining a facade. Saying no is an act of detachment, allowing you to prioritize what matters most. Philosophical insight. The Buddha taught that clarity of mind comes from letting go of distractions. By saying no to what doesn't serve your path, you create space for intentional living. Example. Consider Lynn, a marketing professional who used to accept every social invitation and extra task at work. While she appeared productive, her personal goals were constantly sidelined. After adopting a mindful approach, she began saying no to non-essential commitments. This allowed her to focus on writing a book, a dream she had postponed for years. Practical application. Start small. Practice saying no to minor requests that don't align with your priorities. Be kind but firm. Frame your refusal in a way that communicates respect but maintains boundaries, e.g., "I'm unable to commit to this right now as I'm focusing on other priorities." 2. The discipline of rising early, gaining a head start on life. The early hours of the day, free from distractions, offer a unique opportunity for reflection and focus. Sleeping late not only wastes these precious moments, but also disrupts the rhythm of your day. Buddhism emphasizes the importance of mindfulness in setting the tone for one's actions. Rising early allows for practices such as meditation, journaling, or goal setting, which cultivate a sense of purpose and clarity. Philosophical insight. The Buddha would often rise before dawn to meditate, setting an example of disciplined mindfulness. He believed that the morning is the ideal time to align the mind with one's intentions. Example. Fong, an architect, struggled with procrastination and stress. By shifting his wake-up time to 5 a.m., he began meditating and planning his day during the quiet morning hours. This habit transformed his productivity and helped him meet deadlines with ease. Practical application. Establish a routine. Go to bed and wake up at consistent times to train your body's internal clock. Create a morning ritual. Include activities that energize you, such as light exercise, reading, or reviewing your goals. 3. Embracing minimalism. Simplifying food and clothing choices. In our consumer-driven world, the abundance of choices often leads to decision fatigue. Simplifying areas like food and clothing can free mental energy for more meaningful pursuits. From a Buddhist viewpoint, simplicity is a path to liberation. The Buddha himself adopted a minimalist lifestyle, owning only what was necessary. This practice fosters clarity and reduces attachment to material possessions. Philosophical insight. By decluttering your life, you can focus on inner richness rather than external distractions. The fewer choices you have to make about trivial matters, the more energy you have for important ones. Example: Min, a software engineer, used to spend significant time deciding what to wear and eat. After adopting a capsule wardrobe and meal prepping, he found that his mornings became smoother, leaving him more time to focus on his personal growth. Practical application: simplify your wardrobe. Choose versatile, high-quality items that can be mixed and matched. Plan meals ahead. Stick to nutritious and simple recipes to save time and reduce stress. 4. Redefining relationships. Letting go of superficial connections. In the age of social media, it's easy to maintain numerous surface-level relationships. However, these connections often lack depth and drain your emotional and mental resources. Buddhism teaches that true relationships are built on compassion and authenticity. Superficial interactions, on the other hand, can distract from genuine connections that nurture the soul. Philosophical insight: the Buddha emphasized the value of kalyamita, or spiritual friendship, relationships that inspire and guide you toward growth. By focusing on such connections, you cultivate a supportive environment. Example: Ha, a business consultant, used to spend hours networking at events that yielded little value. By narrowing her focus to a few meaningful connections, she found deeper satisfaction and greater professional success. Practical application: audit your relationships. Reflect on which connections add value to your life and which do not. Nurture meaningful bonds. Dedicate time to people who inspire and support your growth. 5. Seeking help, leveraging the strengths of others. Many people equate self-reliance with strength, but refusing to ask for help can lead to unnecessary struggles. Recognizing the strengths of others and seeking assistance is an act of wisdom, not weakness. In Buddhism, interdependence is a fundamental principle. No one exists in isolation, and our growth often depends on the support of a community. Philosophical insight: the Sangha, or community, was central to the Buddha's teachings. He encouraged his followers to learn from and support one another, emphasizing that collaboration leads to collective and individual progress. Example: Duk, a freelance writer, found himself overwhelmed by administrative tasks. By hiring a virtual assistant, he regained control of his schedule and was able to focus on his creative work, which boosted his income. Practical application: identify areas of struggle. Determine tasks where others can assist more effectively. Build a support network. Surround yourself with people whose strengths complement your weaknesses. 6. Living each day as if it's your last. Reflecting on the impermanence of life can bring clarity to your priorities. If today were your final day, what would you choose to do? This question helps strip away the unimportant and focuses your energy on what truly matters. Buddhist philosophy emphasizes the present moment as the only reality. Living with awareness of life's brevity encourages you to act with purpose and gratitude. Philosophical insight: the Buddha taught that mindfulness of death, marasati, can free us from procrastination and attachment. By embracing impermanence, we learn to value each moment and act with intention. Example: Nam, a corporate executive, often postponed his dream of traveling with his family. After a health scare, he adopted the practice of reflecting on life's impermanence. This shift in mindset inspired him to prioritize meaningful experiences over material gains. Practical application: reflect daily. Spend a few minutes each morning contemplating what truly matters. Take bold actions. Pursue your passions without delay, knowing time is finite. Conclusion: crafting a life of intention. Time is fleeting, but its impact can be profound when spent wisely. By adopting these 6 principles, saying no, waking up early, simplifying choices, prioritizing meaningful relationships, seeking help, and living with awareness of life's impermanence, you can create a life of purpose and fulfillment. As the Buddha wisely said, "The trouble is, you think you have time." Every moment is an opportunity to align your actions with your values. Begin today, and you'll find yourself living not just longer, but deeper. Life is finite. Each day gives us 24 hours, no more, no less, and it's the same for everyone. Yet, how we use that time differs drastically. The limited nature of time forces us to make choices, what to prioritize and what to let go of. We cannot do everything, nor can we pursue every fleeting desire in the short span of 24 hours. When we look at the grander scale, even 100 years, a lifespan many would consider long, is but a fleeting moment in the vastness of existence. Life, then, is not about accumulating or chasing after everything, but about experiencing deeply and meaningfully. Those who live wisely make choices that enrich their journey. They create lives filled with joy, learning, and fulfillment. However, failing to recognize certain truths can lead to regrets and a life half-lived. Below are 6 essential lessons to ensure you don't squander your precious time on Earth. The value of time. Are you living with purpose or letting life slip away? Time is a universal constant, yet how we perceive and use it shapes the very essence of our lives. Each of us is granted the same 24 hours every day, but the choices we make during these fleeting moments define who we are and what we achieve. Time, by its very nature, is finite. Once spent, it can never be reclaimed. This undeniable truth forces us to make crucial decisions. What should we focus on, and what should we let go of? The beauty and tragedy of time lie in its impermanence, a reality that demands both urgency and mindfulness in our daily lives. In Buddhist philosophy, time is not merely a measure of existence, but a reminder of life's fleeting nature. The Buddha taught that clinging to illusions of permanence leads to suffering, while embracing impermanence fosters clarity and purpose. Life is likened to a candle flickering in the wind, fragile, beautiful, and short-lived. If we fail to grasp this, we risk squandering our days on pursuits that leave us unfulfilled. Yet modern life tempts us to drift aimlessly. We fill our days with endless distractions, unnecessary commitments, and the pursuit of trivial goals. We procrastinate, fearing failure or clinging to perfectionism, all while the hours slip through our fingers. Worse still, we often prioritize material gains over meaningful experiences, mistakenly believing that possessions or status will bring lasting happiness. The question arises, how can we live intentionally and avoid the regret of a wasted life? The answer lies in aligning our actions with what truly matters. This requires discipline, self-awareness, and a willingness to let go of habits and beliefs that no longer serve us. It also demands that we cultivate habits that foster growth, fulfillment, and peace. The 6 principles explored in this article provide a roadmap for intentional living. From learning to say no and rising early, to simplifying our choices, fostering meaningful relationships, seeking help, and living with an awareness of impermanence, these practices can transform not only how we use our time, but also how we experience life itself. As you read on, consider this. If today were your last, would you be satisfied with how you spent it? Let this reflection guide you to make choices that enrich your journey, deepen your experiences, and bring true fulfillment to your days. The path to a meaningful life begins now, with the awareness of time's value and the courage to live with purpose.